Give me a sign before it's too late. I don't wanna fall and make the same mistake. Oh, you know it's no good for us. This toxic love, but there's so much temptation running through my veins. I couldn't stop it if I tried to anyway. There must be a reason we end up at the same place at the same time. It happens every time when we're around. We always see each other in the crowd. Our friends just roll their eyes and say, here we go again. The story never ends. Heart beats fast when you come closer, and they all say that I should know better, but I can't stop, can't fight this feeling anymore. Oh, the story never ends. The story never ends. Oh, the story never ends.
Hello, and welcome to the Locked In stream. I hope you guys are good. Are you all ready for Game Week 8? I might be already, may have already done my transfers. Some of you might already know what they are, but you know, I'll save that for a bit later. I'll have to kind of tease you guys in first. So I hope you're all good. Any of you joining me from any other streams, thank you all so much. Really happy for the shout outs from everyone. It really means a lot to me. I know I'm a much smaller channel than a lot of those channels, so it really does mean a lot. Okay, so I always start off my Locked In stream with looking at the top transfers in and the top transfers out for Game Week 8. I think this gives us a good round idea about who the main players are to get into our teams and who the main players are people are getting out of their teams, and this way we can then have a good discussion around which players to get in and which players you guys are deciding to get in and who I've got in already. And then we can talk about the presses as well and any information that's come up from those, because there are some still kind of getting completed just now, and I know there are a lot of people who want to know some of that Diaby news, so I will be bringing that to you guys live, hopefully. Okay, so let's look at the obvious. Let's look at the top transfers in for the moment. So let me know in the comments who you guys are plumping for this week. Have you bought any of these players? So the top transfers in are Sonny. Now, he is the most transferred in player. 900,000 transfers in plus. That's just crazy. I mean, he's been doing incredible, hasn't he? He's just been ticking away nicely, and he got a goal in last game, 2 goals in the game before that. Not adding as many assists as he has done in previous seasons, teeing up the likes of Kane, but you know, he's doing it for himself this season. And what I've loved is that I really feel like Sonny's maybe taken a bit of that kind of Kane role on himself. So in the eye test video that I did earlier on in the week, I said that he's become a bit of a tapping merchant, and I really do believe it feels like he might have picked that up from Kane and he's doing it for himself. So that's really, really good. Have you guys bought in Sonny this week? I may have done. Any of you guys that were here back in the day, like a couple of seasons ago, when I had the Sonny 6. So this was basically, I started the season with him. He was ticking away, he was doing all right, a few kind of returns here and a few returns there, and then basically he fell off of a cliff for a couple of weeks, and I sold him and he went nuts. Like he scored like 4 goals or something. It was the week that literally Kane and Son got like monster points, and I just was like, oh, that's it, I'm getting him back in my team and I'm not selling him until he has repaid. Oh, hello, welcome Glyn to the Nim fam. Thank you all so much for joining, and thank you for subscribing. I would love to get 50 likes on this video. Not quite as big as some of the other. Oh, thank you, Abu. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the Nim fam. I'd love to get 50 likes on this, and if you guys could share it as well, that'd be amazing. As I say, I'm not as big as some of the other guys. Big shout out to Holly. Thank you so much for sending people over from your stream. That means a lot. She's a great creator, honestly, and a good friend. So thank you all so much. So yeah, the Sunny 6 basically was, over the 2 weeks that I sold him, he scored 6 goals. And so I vowed to myself that I wouldn't let him back out my team until he gave me back every single one of those 6 goals. And he did, and more, because I stuck with him for the rest of the season. So I'm hoping for a bit more of that Sunny magic this week. Watkins, massive transfer in. I'm a little bit nervous about Watkins. I can tell you guys that I didn't actually get him in. He isn't part of my transfers this week, so I'm a little bit nervous about him. Matty Cash, you guys will know that I bigged him up 2 game weeks ago. Almost got him in this exact stream and didn't do it. A little bit annoyed because I'm slightly priced out of him now. Maddison, obviously, I guess that's just the people who don't have Maddo trying to get on that bandwagon. Trippier, would love him, can't afford him. What are you guys saying on that one? Okay, and so the top transfers out are Estupiñán. He has that injury. He was actually one of my transfers out this week, and it was before I knew about that injury, so I'm feeling a little lucky there. Saka, the news that Arteta has given today, I'm going to say to you guys that I think he's going to play some part in that City game. I feel like, yeah, I feel like Saka might start. Honestly, I do. Rashford, good news coming out of the United camp for him, but obviously a lot of managers have lost patience. Chilwell and Botman, both with injuries. Okay, cool. So with that, I'm going to head on over just to my team so you guys can quickly look at that, because I think it would be fair to share with you guys what I've done already. So I have taken a Bat Shizzle -4. I have not wildcarded. I feel like one of the very few content creators out there that has not hit my wildcard button yet. It's still in my pocket. Still there with the wildcard. Thinking about it. I came very close this week. Very, very close to hitting the wildcard this week. Like, ridiculously so. So, I had to do something a bit bachelor's instead. So as you can see, I'm playing Botman at the moment. I really like. I'm just going to say to you, Nimfam, Botman is like, from the quotes that Eddie has given, Botman is not starting this week. But I just prefer looking at him there than looking at Saliba against Man City. So that's literally why I've started Botman this week. You know, if he shows up for some miraculous kind of recovery from his injury, then I'm absolutely fine with that. You know, if Botman wants to give me 20 minutes against West Ham versus Saliba against Man City this week, I will go for it. But I think the likelihood is that I'll be getting Saliba off of the bench. So my 3 transfers this week are locked in. I am locked in. This is my team. The only thing that might change here is my captaincy. So I have done Saka to Salah. I have done Rashford to Son. And I did Estupiñán to Burn. Now, I did this last Saturday evening. I do not condone it, people. It is not big and it is not clever to do this during a weekend where the games are still active. So this is not something I would normally do. It's very, very casual play. It's definitely not in my remit. But I'm somebody who had Salah and got off of Salah and didn't like that feeling. I always prefer the game when I own Salah, you know, unless he's injured, of course. So, which, you know. It would be the same for anybody, wouldn't it, really? So just bearing that in mind, I hated selling Saka. So I know Holly's just talked about this on her stream. She doesn't know whether to sell him or keep him. It's really, really tough because the quotes coming out of the camp suggest to me that I feel like Arteta will give Saka some minutes in that City match. I genuinely feel like this has been an on-running thing at Arsenal. I'm an Arsenal fan, and we did this whole of last season. He'd get a knock, he wasn't playing the next week, then he'd start, and we'd start the process all over again, go off about 60 minutes or whatever, and then, you know, we'd have a week of this again and he would start. So I think the likelihood is that we really struggle without Saka. He's pretty much our star player, right? So with that in mind, I feel like he will play some part, just because Arteta sounds like he's playing games a little bit. I wouldn't be shocked if he didn't start, because, you know, Arteta can be a bit like funny like that. But I just feel like he might play some minutes because we just need him pretty much. So if there's any chance that if we hear anything that he's travelled, then yeah, I think you're good to assume that Saka starts pretty much. So yeah, so I hated selling him. I didn't enjoy it, but it was my only way to Salah, and I really wanted Son this week, and I just lost patience in Rashford. And the only way to fund it, I was 0.2 off, was to sell a Stupinan to Burn. If I'd had more time to think about it over the week, I'm not sure I necessarily would have gone with Burn. I maybe would have chosen somebody, you know, taken a punt on maybe another defender. But they were my moves that I felt most comfortable with on a Saturday evening. So yeah, that is where I am at. Oh my gosh, 44 of you guys watching. Thank you all so much. Please do like and subscribe. I am on the road to 10k. It's a long, long way for me, but I'm not very far off of 7k. So anything you can do to help really means a lot. And when you do subscribe, your name should pop up on the old interweb in front of us. So that's always quite cool, isn't it? So yeah, just want to check in with the chat then, because I've asked you guys a lot of questions and I haven't actually said hello to everyone yet. So hey Elena, hey Dizzy, Miguel. Do I speak Spanish? I do not actually. I'm sorry. That's one I didn't learn. I am Welsh. I can speak a little bit of Welsh, but Spanish eludes me. TMS, welcome. Yes, thank you all from Holly stream. Honestly, Holly Raid. Oh, you guys are amazing. Thank you so much. Focus, welcome, buddy. Welcome. Hey, everyone. Oh, that means so much. Oh, Ume's already had him from the start. Well done. Well done. Actually, I pull this up here and then I'm not looking down like. I skipped Watkins this week too. I took Son for Rashford instead. Okay, so this is what I'm most nervous about. I do not have Watkins in this team, and I do not currently have a way to Watkins. So unless you guys can see one, in fact, let me stick up my transfer page for you guys, but I do not currently. I have 0.1 in the bank now after my little Saturday soiree of -4. the old tipsy transfer. I do not have an awful lot of cash in the bank. My original plan when I did it, and it all seemed quite golden at the time, was that next week I would potentially, obviously it would depend on the international break, was to do Watkins in and Diaby in. But alas, the price rises have gone a little bit nutty and I now can no longer afford that. So if I was going to do similar moves going into next game week, then if I really, really wanted Watkins for Alvarez, then I'd have to look at probably a James Ward-Prowse, which I'm absolutely happy with, actually, because his fixtures are very, very tasty. In fact, I may get away even potentially with a Matoma move, and he's just ticking away. like people aren't looking at him much because of the fixtures. And to be fair, Liverpool, Man City don't look great, but we've seen it time and time again with him that he can score against any team, right? So I don't hate the Matoma shout. Everyone's on my Neto bandwagon. This channel on Monday had a video with Neto on it, and there was nobody talking about it. And all of a sudden, Neto's everywhere. So if you want the inside scoop, be there. Be square. Monday eye test video. Although with the international break coming up, what I'll probably do is an eye test video this Monday, and then I will probably leave my hot or not until the next Monday, because the eye test video kind of sums up a lot of what happened in the last game week and then looks ahead to the next game week. So I'll try and think of some more content I can sprinkle in that would be a bit more relevant for you guys around that. But hopefully a bit of a break too. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? But I was going to James Ward-Prowse, wasn't I? So I'm pretty happy to own him. I think he got an assist last night, I believe. So I'm pretty happy with that. And yeah, so he would probably go in instead of Diaby now, but I'm not sure I really want to hit going into game week 8, only simply because I think into game week 9, only simply because I think that I may end up wildcarding in game week 10. So that is why I'm not kind of massively keen on taking a hit into the international break. But if Watkins becomes essential, which I'm really worried he may be this week, then yeah, then I may have to do that. But yeah, as I say, what I really want to do is try and avoid it, because I would like to get my Arsenal lads back in game week 10 onwards, because their fixtures kind of switch back around then, which I really, really like. Stupin out, Pedro Porro in, Odegaard out, Son in for -4. Son will be my captain. I like that. I don't like you selling Odegaard so much. Nation, welcome to the Nimfang. Thank you so much. Where are we at with the old 33 likes? Let's try hit 40. Wow, 33. Wow, cool. Thanks, guys. Thank you all so much. Okay. Loving the Arsenal top. I skipped Watkins. We did that one. Bought in Son and Udogie. No Watkins here either. Focus the no Watkins crew up in here. Vijay says, agree, Watkins is a bit hit and miss, but yeah, I hear you on that. I got rid of Onana and Rashford for Areola and Son. Great transfers, Eraser. Fabulous transfers. I took Porro over Udogie. Yeah, I mean, I don't hate that. He's got great attacking stats, doesn't he, Porro? And yeah, I love that. Chaz, hey, hope you're good. Can we all hit the like? Oh, thanks so much, Vijay. Yeah, that'd be amazing. Thank you all so much. You don't need wildcard. Thank you, Miguel. I was. To be honest, I've been sweating a little bit this week. Anyone who's been on my channel has been on a bit of a roller coaster journey with me and will know that basically I literally have been like every day that Salah's been playing, or when Newcastle were playing, I've been like on it, like trying to see if there's any news on those people and hoping they got through, because one more injury, fun with flags, then I may have had to hit that wildcard button. I sold Saka last week for Bowen. No regrets. Oh, TMS, I wish I didn't feel any regrets. Saturday when I sold him, I regretted it straight away. Thanks, Holly. I really appreciate that. Martin. Hi, Nim. Good luck this week to all. What top is that? Boca Juniors. No, actually, it's an Arsenal top. It's an Arsenal top. Okay. Oh, thanks, TMS. I hope so. It'd be great. As I say, I'm an awful lot smaller than the rest, and I know my content over the seasons has been a bit kind of inconsistent, but this season I'm really gonna try and hit it big for you guys and keep it consistent. was going to say Ward-Prowse, we're on the same thinking. Foden to Gordon or Neto or a 4.5. Gordon is, I believe Gordon is not playing this week. Yeah, so I wouldn't go Gordon unless you were happy to bench him this week because he is suspended for a week for his 5th yellow card. So yeah, so I wouldn't go Gordon. I really like Neto personally, so I would go for Neto. Okay. 3 Man City players. Yeah. Yeah, Martin. 3 Man City players. Foden, man, he's been trolling me for a few weeks now. I really need him to return, but then at the same time, he's against Arsenal, so I really don't want him to return all at the same time. Isn't fantasy football a wonderful game? Yeah, I got JWP Baller. Suggested Pedro Neto as a differential share, returned in the last 5 game weeks. Yeah, he's only blanked once this season, and that was in game week 1, so he's doing well. Rodri touched the ball 80 times in the first half versus Forest, which is hard to even fathom. Best player in Europe, in my opinion. Great shout. Don't think Watkins is essential. He's a great asset, but so is Alvarez. Well, I hope that is the case. Really, really do. Wow, we're just 10 off those 50 likes now. So thank you all so much. And if you are new here, please do subscribe. I am on the road to 10k, but we have to go via 7k first, so as close as we can get to that would be brilliant. Okay, McDavies, how are you doing, buddy? Okay, I think I'm with you. Wildcard in game week 10 and bring Arsenal guys back. I don't want to get rid of Odegaard either, but I want that Sun captain. That is fair enough, and I feel like these 2 game weeks might be the ones that you could kind of jump off and then jump back on. As long as you've got a little bit of a route to get back there, it'd be great. Thank you, big up my guy. So Watkins is top point scorer in the game. He is. Oh no, not us. Oh gosh, yeah, sorry about that. Thank you, Chaz, I really appreciate it. Cool, right, let's get on to these presser updates then. Oh, okay. Just before we do that, Q&A, help big pie guy out. Should he sell, or should they, I should say, sell Haaland? Let him know in the chat. Should they sell Haaland? What do we think? Are there any people in the chat that are going no Haaland? I want to hear it. I want to hear what you guys are up to. Right, okay, so good old Ben Dinnery has allowed me to show his feed on my stream, so do go check him out, guys, for all of your injury updates and all of the presser updates, because this guy is a beast at keeping us informed. So what do we have? The big news that everyone has been waiting for. Moussa Diaby and Boubacar Kamara are going to work with the team tomorrow, and in case they feel good, they could be playing, but not 100%. Right, so that's the big news everyone was waiting on. Do we feel like it was worth the wait? If you are somebody who's bought Diaby in on a wild card, does that make you feel confident about having him in your team? Or are you a little bit worried by those quotes? And in case they feel good, they could be playing, but it's not 100%. So in other words, it sounds like the player gets to decide whether or not they're feeling good, I suppose. And they get to decide whether or not they're gonna start. Surely not. But yeah, I guess whether they feel any twinges, whether they feel uncomfortable, that sort of thing, then maybe, just maybe, they might miss out. That's not great, is it? That's not the kind of definite that you wanted to hear. But it does sound like he's not going to be out long term as well. So if you are going for him on a wild card and he doesn't play this week, I'm assuming your wild card's going to have a really decent bench, in which case I feel like you could probably get away with it. Personally, I'd like it if he missed out this week, because I can't get to him this week. So it'd be great if he could just, there or thereabouts for the next 2 game weeks, and then game week 10, bosh. I can get him in my team. But yeah, it won't work like that. I'll probably score a hat-trick tomorrow now. And then the other one that seems to be on everyone's lips is Arteta remains coy on the availability of Bukayo Saka. Well, he is in contention. Let's see how he progresses from here to Sunday. He had to leave the pitch, and that's never good news, but let's see how he recovers. So, yeah, I mean, I still don't feel like that's enough to keep him out. What do you think, Focus? You're Arsenal fan. Do you feel like he will miss out? Chaz says, Big Pie Guy, don't do it. It's too risky, in my opinion. Do not sell Haaland, says that TP guy. Autumn says, no ownership, still too high to sell him. Yeah, fair enough. ARG, I hope you can see the quotes on the screen for Diaby. Jay, I'm thinking of selling Haaland to get Salah. It's the sort of thing where we'll be lured in to selling somebody like Haaland, and he will go insane, won't he? Yeah. I mean, I was at the Emirates when Brighton absolutely staffed Arsenal last season, and I know that's not City, but it just goes to show that sometimes at home we can have a bit of a clanger. So just bear that in mind. Ooh, you've got a fellow non-Hallander on a wild card. David, I'm going without Haaland on my wild card. Oh no. Martin wants to be rude about Arteta, but he's resisting. Chaz, would you punt on Richarlison for 1 week? Some potentially won't play 90, right? So Sonny has been, when he's been starting, has been like taken off. Welcome Andy Hamilton to the Nim fam. Yeah, so he has been, we're 10 likes away from the 50 likes that I would love to reach in the stream. So if you can, do hit that like button. It'd be great. Yes, sorry, completely distracted there. Son potentially doesn't get the 90. He hasn't the last couple of game weeks. He has been coming off a little earlier where they've been managing that injury. Do I like it for a 1 week punt? Yeah, I don't mind Richarlison for a 1 week punt at all this week, but it would be for a 1 week punt, I think. And unless he went absolutely ballistic and you felt like you're getting it. But he's just, the problem is he's just like, he's a bit purple patchy, isn't he? You really got to get him during those purple patches. Okay. Nunes or Watkins? Big Pie Guy, Watkins. Did you happen to see the clip of the miss that Nunes had yesterday? Look, I think Nunes is going, or could be, incredible, but when he starts, I don't know if you feel this way as well, but when he starts, it doesn't feel like he has the same sort of impact that he has when he comes off of the bench. And then do you want to rely on the fact that you've got to wait and you got to see whether he's going to come on and go ballistic? Watkins just kind of ticks away. It's not very exciting. Although I'm sure those that had him for his 3 goals and 2 assists last game week, it was very exciting. But Martin says, wish I had Richarlison. Do it, Martin. Why not? David, I had wildcarded Saturday night and I've had 1.5 million swing in the team value so far. Crazy. Yeah, so I would love to know your team value. Actually, I did tweet out about this during the week. So I went early with my -4, and until last night I was fairly lucky. So I think Saka dropped in price and Salah rose. Rashford dropped in price and Son rose. And I believe Estupiñán dropped in price. And I think that Burn rose. Oops. Let me check that. I think he did. No. Burn didn't rise. He didn't rise yet. Anyway. Oh, he did. 4.6. So he did rise. So in terms of those transfers that I made, I've made some good investments, but and Mbeumo and Botman both went down last night. However, I feel like I earned enough on them to cover that drop. So at the moment, I think I'm okay. But do let me know what your value is. I'm going to show you mine. You can let me know whether I'm there or thereabouts, because I haven't wildcarded this week and I'd love to know how I stack up against you guys. So at the moment I'm 101.8, so that'll be with 0.1 in the bank, so 101.9. So let me know where you guys are at. Am I like shockingly bad now in team value after this week's flurry of transfers, or am I there or thereabouts? Let me know your thoughts. Okay. No chance Sun plays 90, getting on a bit. Yeah, so he's going to be taken off around the 60-70 mark, maybe 80 if you're lucky, but especially carrying this injury, I don't think he's going to get 90. Yeah, Focus, that's what I thought. Saka will play, survive the game, get a knock, and we'll have this all over again, won't we, for another week? Who is your captain? At the moment, is currently on Haaland. I am flirting with the idea of putting it on Son or Salah. I haven't decided yet, and I know that's not necessarily what you guys want to hear. As the Nim fam, as as content creators, you want us to be kind of able just to go, this is what I'm doing, but I actually haven't decided yet, I'm afraid. Foot says Haaland in or out. Wow, in fact, should I do a poll? Shall I do a poll on that for you guys? Will that help? How do I... Here we go. Start a poll. Haaland in or out? Question mark. In. Out. Let me know. Okie dokie. Right. Where was I? Richarlison, more blue and yellow, purple hills and purple patch guy. Oh dear. Yes, I'm going no Haaland. Ooh, there's a couple of you. Gerard, hello Nim. Calvert-Lewin plus Trippier or Solanke or Watkins plus Burns. I'm on wildcard. So Calvert-Lewin plus Trippier. Is that Calvert-Lewin or Solanke plus Trippier? Or is that Solanke or Watkins plus Burn? Clear that up for me, Jared, and I'll hopefully give you the answers you're looking for. Okay, we're 4 away now from 50 likes, so if you haven't, please do smash a like, that'd be great. Martin says Luton crowd gonna give him hell. That's the thing, isn't it? I think Holly was saying on her stream earlier that the Luton that the Spurs correspondent seems to think Luton might actually think this game could be a lot tougher than it looks on paper. Which makes me wonder whether Sonny has potentially moved that captaincy more towards a Salah than a Haaland. Do we feel like the red cards and the injuries at Liverpool may make them less effective this week? And Brighton, they got to bounce back, right? After what happened to them last week. I don't know. Okay, I'm going with Watkins plus Alvarez plus Solanke. Ooh, all 3, why not? I guess that's why you're going without Haaland. Okay. Twizzy says, team's messed up considering a wild card. If you can take a small hit this week, I don't hate it. I think we'll have so much more information coming out the other side of international break. And that is why, look at my team. I mean, it's not great. I'm going to have Sleeper against City, and then I'm going to have 4 players playing against each other just in that one game. Then I've got Maddison and Son in one game. I have Turner and Johnson playing each other. I mean, they're all playing each other this week. It's an absolute bat shizzle week. It really is. But I think if you can work through, then Lobby 74. My team value is 102.2. So what am I? 0.3 off, really? It's not too bad then. I don't hate that. 0.3, 0.4 off. It's not bad. Maybe I'll be able to make that on my wild card. That makes me feel okay about that. Hot take. Madison for captain. Ooh, Tim S. Like that shout. Like that shout. Should I still captain Son? I don't hate the captaincy on Son. Honestly, I don't. It's just it is a tough one this week. When you look when FPL gives you an option outside of Haaland for captaincy in a week, it's a lot tougher than it used to be, I believe. Diaby or Bowen. So, Cyril, this is what was said on Diaby. Moussa Diaby. They're going to work with the team tomorrow, and in case they feel good, they could be playing, but it's not 100%. Guess it depends on whether you're happy to get whoever it is off of your bench coming in this week. If you go with Diaby, probably prefer Diaby just that tiny bit more than Bowen, but I don't hate either shout. David, I avoided 0.4 million in drops and have had 1.1 million in rises. Overall value is 101.5. Lost a lot of value last couple of game weeks, so that's fair. Like, at least you've picked some more backup. I don't think it's going to be massively important this season. I think there will always be... I think we've been able to get a fairly good team right at the moment with our budgets. So with that in mind, I feel like that's with Son and Salah and all the most kind of premium guys in our teams. So with that in mind, I think we'll be okay. Need to pick two players between Diaby, Bowen, and Neto. Again, I'd go back to saying, if you're happy for somebody to come in for Diaby, if he didn't start, then Diaby and Neto would probably be my two. Otherwise, if you want absolute nailed on, then Bowen and Neto. Martin, Bruno captain, but I hope he gets sent off. You are brutal, Martin. You're absolutely brutal. Leno or and JWP or ARG, Anderson, Shah, or Burn for Stupenham placement. I went with Burn because of budget. If I could have afforded it, I think I would have gone Shah. Yeah, Shah or Anderson. Hope that helps. Start Anderson or Trippier. Captain in Salah is never a bad idea. Can't even bench Trippier, too expensive to start. Palace going to struggle to keep the ball without Eze. Very true. Very true. Yeah, Eze is out for anyone who didn't know that. He is out. Anderson, a fantastic player though. Wish I had him too. Can't have everyone, can we? I did consider him for the place in which I have Burn currently. I was going to put Anderson in, but I didn't want to do the double up with Johnson, and since I don't know how long he will have his place, I figured I would just muddle through with him until I wildcard, and then I'll make the switch. Burns or Shah. Burn if you want to keep the budget, otherwise I quite like Shah. Punk, thoughts on Kulusevski? I really like Kulu. He's been very good to me. He's not pulling up trees as much as some of the other Spurs mids right now, but I don't hate him as a punt. Tiger, Guna, Leno, or Unana. Leno out of those two. Okay, I have Diaby and have Archer as my only non-injured bench player. Should I take a hit to bring in a defender just in case Diaby doesn't play? Are you playing... No, I think you'll be okay. So if I'm imagining in my head properly, Archer will come in for Diaby if you're playing 5 in midfield, right? So just do that. I mean, I don't hate Archer against Fulham this week, so yeah. Tigers. Well, good luck on your wild card. Brentford will have to drop Flecken soon. Ooh. Albanan reserve goalkeeper only 3.9. Maybe one for a game week 10 wild card. Lennon, I feel like you're just asking, Big Pie Guy is just asking every question he wants answered until he works out his wild card. Nothing wrong with that. I think Turner's going to save you some cash, right? I potentially really like the look of Raya, and that's who I might target in my Game Week 10 wild card. There you go. Martin's gone for Turner this week. So there you are. Oh, but he says Leno over Turner, though. Gotta be. Okay, so poll. You gotta have Haaland in. 78% people say so. So there you go. Haaland in. Haaland in. That is the law. It is the FPL law. What other things did he... Is there anyone else you guys wanted to know about? And I'll just double check the presses for you guys. Trey Reguilon fails to recover from a muscle injury. Anthony, though, is ready for a start. Less said about that, the better. Eze has suffered a serious hamstring injury. Early reports suggest around 6 weeks. I feel kind of sad for Palace on that one. The Saka Arteta quote is in contention. I'm not a doctor. That's what they told me. Oh, 50 likes. Thank you all so much. I really appreciate that. Thank you all so, so much. That means the world to me, honestly. Thank you. Thank you all so much. Welcome to the Nim fam, and thank you for the likes. Really, as I say, I'm not as big as some of the others, but I'm out here working my absolute hardest for you guys. Those Party is ahead of schedule. That's good news for Arsenal. If we get Party back. Not his biggest fan, but he's a good footballer. Okay. Manor Solomon unfortunately got a significant injury to his knee. He will miss the game time over the next few months. Brennan Johnston was close. He's not quite. See, Sonny is fine. There you go. You heard it, yeah. I hadn't seen that quote actually. There's no problem. So Sonny is fine. There's no problem. Madders are trained all week. He hasn't missed a session. So Son and Maddison should be all good. Ooh, really? I mean, last week I left him on my bench for 9 points, Martin. So, Solanke or Archer. Okay, that's a good one. I think if you can afford Solanke, then I would go with Solanke. Just bear in mind it's probably going to give you a benching headache most weeks. Whereas Archer, you can kind of set and forget on your bench, and you'll have a bit of extra cash in the bank to do other things further down the line. So really just depends on whether you want an extra playing. So like if you're really weak in your 5th mid spot, then I would go Solanke. But if you're really happy with your 5-man midfield and you feel like you can play them week in, week out, then probably Archer. Do you think Sterling's going to start? Have seen any Chelsea news? Let me have a look. I think it was just that he was unwell, right? Chilwell sidelined for months. Reece James is back, but he will miss out because of his suspension. Any news there on Sterling? I think the official news was just that he was sick. So I think he should be fine. I've not seen anything to update that. There's nothing there that suggests that he shouldn't be, right? There's nothing on that list that suggests there's no Sterling, so Madsen in for Sterling or Mbeumo this week. Who do Chelsea have? Actually, it's been so long since I looked at any Chelsea players that I don't actually. Burnley, ooh. Depends on your patience, I guess. If you literally had enough of Sterling, then I would understand. And since I can't seem to see much news, I don't know if Ben has on his website, on the table, if there's anything for Chelsea. FPL newsroom. I think it's tough. I think I would go I'd probably go Sterling out just because, a bit like with Rashford, I would have had enough, I think. And so yeah, so I think probably where I'd be at with it, but I don't hate. It's just whatever you prefer, right? It's not taking me to the table. Oh, there you go. Chelsea. Anything on Sterling? Oh, sorry, everybody. Anything on Sterling? Nothing on Sterling. So he should be fine. I think it was just he was sick, so he should be fine. Should be fine. So, is 4-4-2 good with 2 Newcastle defenders? If not, I've wildcarded. So you are wildcarding if 2 defenders are not enough? Because I think 2 Newcastle defenders are fine. I've got 2 Newcastle defenders. Like, I have 2. One will hopefully play. The other one is not going to play, but I have 2. Any news on DRB? Yeah, we've had DRB quotes. They're a bit higher up. Basically, it sounded like they had one more session, and if DRB felt good, then they may start, but it's not 100%. So I hope that helps. Phenomenal. Paul, great name. Love that. Love that. Sorry, bent forward so you can't see me. Mighty Burnley away. Yes, not been a great start, Jay, but I've been worse and I've finished better before, so that's how you have to look at it. That's how you have to look at it. I think that Darwin will start returning. Well, you heard it here first, folks. Well, that is it. I think I'm going to wrap up there, guys, because I've been chatting to you now for almost, how long have I been on? Almost an hour. But I hope that this has been really helpful. I do plan to do it. Well, I've done it the last 2 Fridays before today, so this is my 3rd week in a row, and I am hoping to do it most Fridays. So do come in, hang out, chat to me. I will answer as many questions as I possibly can for you, and yeah, just get to know each other and build more of a Nim fam, and that really means a lot to me. And I do always have some videos coming out. They're usually a Monday and a Tuesday. I think I may spread them out a little bit though over the international break, just to have something going out each week, and YouTube not being without anything on it. So hopefully something on Monday as usual both weeks, but then after the international break we'll be back to normal again, and it'll be a Monday, Tuesday and Friday, and short most days. So yeah, thank you again so much. Wow, 57 likes, that means the world to me. Oh my gosh, thank you all so much. And we had 5 new subscribers off of the stream today as well, so that was brilliant. So please do like and subscribe if you've enjoyed it, share it around, go back and watch our videos. It always means the world to any of us small creators, because that's the only way we grow really, and it really does mean a lot to us. So thank you all so much. Have an amazing Friday people, and yeah, come and let me know on Twitter how you guys got on after all with your wild cards and your no Haalands and your Haalands and everything. So thank you all so much. Until next time, Nimfria out.
Without tonight, just to have a good time. I try to distract myself from thinking too much, but when I saw you, I went back to the start. Whoa, and there's just no resisting when I see your face. Can't stop myself from moving your way. There must be a reason we end up at the same place at the same time. It happens every time when we're around. We always see each other in the crowd. Our friends just roll their eyes and say, "Here we go again." The story never ends. Give me